Hi everyone, welcome to another Terry Talk. Gonna dive into the world of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And by no means am I an expert in this area, but came across some interesting reading lately. Thought I'd share it with you. Some great insights here. Mark Cuban, many of you will know him from Shark Tank. Also, he's part owner of the Dallas Mavericks, kind of a really big, guru in business, one of the billionaires in the United States. He and Elon Musk got into a bit of a tiff on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and he was talking about what it means to him. Thought I'd share his ideas. He talks about diversity being good for business, and that when businesses look for talent where other businesses don't, that puts you in the best possible position to succeed. These are his words, not mine. And he goes on to say, you may not agree, but I take it as a given that there are people of various races, ethnicities, and orientation that are regularly excluded from hiring consideration. And by extending hiring searches to include them, we can find people that are more qualified. And then he goes on to say, having a workforce that is diverse and representative of your stakeholders is good for business. He goes on to talk about equity. He says treating people equally does not necessarily mean treating them the same. And equity is a core principle of business. I'd agree with him on that. And putting your people in a position to succeed is uber important. I agree with him there as well. So he says, when you recognize people's differences and play to their strengths whenever possible, well, a hard concept, not easy to implement, but it's epically impactful on your business. And in the book Desuckify Work that I wrote a few years ago, we talk about that very concept, the concept of job crafting, building your people to take on roles, but building those roles and building those people and speaking to their strengths. So leveraging their strengths in the roles that they're assigned to. Sort of sounds a lot like what Mark Cuban is talking about with respect to equity. And finally, inclusion. He talks about his favorite saying is, great employees reduce the stress of those around them. And he goes on to say, great companies create environments that reduce unnecessary stress for their employees. And essentially he says that's what inclusion is all about, making all employees, no matter who they are or how they represent themselves or whoever they are, that they're comfortable in their environment and able to do their jobs. Now, we're not real good at this, but here's the thing. He goes on to say, if you understand the value of diversity, equity, and inclusion, it's not checklists, it's not quotas, it's understanding how to best compete as a company and how to hire people who puts the companies in the best positions to succeed. Doesn't mean you don't hire on merit. This is the pushback we get a lot. Hear this a lot. Of course you hire based on merit. He goes on to say diversity means you expand the possible pool of candidates as widely as you can. Once you've identified the best candidates, you hire the person you believe is the best. And perhaps this last comment's worthy of further commentary. You believe is the best. Let's be honest, most people are terrible at hiring. The literature is quite clear on this. The research is quite clear on this. Most of us go through an interview. Person seems like a nice person. They have a lot in common with me. All our biases come to the surface. It's riddled with biases. And really, we need to be making more objective decisions around the people we hire. Our selection processes need an overhaul, not just the candidate pools we're drawing from. Imagine if we get both of those in a better place, the impact it's going to have on business. What is the impact on business when you embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion? McKinsey & Company, companies in the top 25% for ethnic and gender diversity were respectively 36 and 25% more likely to have superior financial returns. Harvard Business Review found that teams that are more cognitively diverse find solutions more quickly and therefore are better able to solve problems. Boston Consulting Group found that companies reported above average diversity on their management teams also reported innovation revenue that was 19% points higher than that of companies with below average leadership diversity, 45% of total revenue versus just 26%. So regardless how people feel about diversity, equity, and inclusion, it's the very ideas that all of the individuals in diverse organizations should treat each other with respect and with dignity, and that has a positive impact on the bottom line. As always, love to hear your thoughts on these topics. Thought this was some really great commentary coming from Mark Cuban. Also, my advocation is let's not think about the candidate pools, but let's also get better at our selection processes. Let us know your thoughts. Comment down below, hit that subscribe button. Look forward to seeing you again soon.